on our Philippine series. We had the privilege of traveling to Ilocos Norte, the place where my maternal grandfather had waved goodbye to his family 95 years ago and traveled to Hawaii in search of a better life, where he worked at the Honolulu sugar plantation as a laborer for less than $1 a day. We commenced our trip by embarking on a flight to Laoag City, Philippines, the birthplace of my maternal grandparents, with a brief stopover in Manila. We arrived at the Laoag International Airport late at night due to typical delayed flights on Philippine Airlines, where hotel representatives patiently awaited to transport us to the hotel. Since we were in the Philippines, we decided to partake in the typical Philippine breakfast, tocino, egg, and rice for my mommy dearest, and longanisa, egg, and rice for me. Of course, I needed to place an American touch to my breakfast, so I complemented it with a cocktail. Mimosas were unavailable. To ensure that the bottled water remained untampered, I was advised to flip the bottle over and squeeze. Since the water failed to leak, that signified that the water was suitable for consumption. We experienced the locals mode of transportation. I enjoyed riding on the Tricycle, which is a motorcycle with a passenger sidecar, as it transported us quickly from point A to point B, and was exciting as the motorist drove extremely fast that we needed to hang on for our dear lives, hoping that we didn't fly airborne out of the cart when the driver decided to make a quick turn. However, the princess preferred riding on the Kalesa, which is a two-wheeled horse-drawn carriage, which was a calmer, slower ride. On this visit, we neglected to experience a Jeepney ride, as it appears it was created for shorter individuals. During our last visit to Laoag City in 2012, Mommy Dearest was nearly concussed when she smacked her head on the Jeepney ceiling, because at 5'5", she's a giant compared to the locals of the region. We headed to the La Paz sand dunes in Laoag City to experience sandboarding. Although I performed this feat sitting down, I vowed to stand on our next visit, since I have taken up the sport of surfing and I'm learning how to balance on a board. Also partook in a thrilling 4x4 off-road vehicle roller coaster ride across the sandy terrain of the La Paz sand dunes. With only a grab bar for us to hang on, we experienced an adrenaline rush as we sped up and down the sandy hills. At the Bangui Windmill farm, when we were in close proximity to the windy, spinning windmills, the princess was experiencing extreme nausea due to the heat, or what Ilocanos claim that she was naanunungan, and began throwing up, and the people surrounding us, including myself, dispersed like flies. It was extremely embarrassing but amusing at the same time. We headed via horseback to the Kapurpurawan rock formations, which are naturally shaped geological rock formations, to experience the beauty of the different rock formations that were created of white limestones that are sculptures over 1,000 years old. We also observed the waves crashing into the shore. We journeyed to a town called Marcos to visit the land owned by my late maternal grandparents. Hit me up if you're interested in purchasing land in Marcos! after 2 days in Ilocos Norte, we rushed to the airport to catch our flight to our next destination, Manila. We arrived in Manila late at night due to the delay in our flight, and were transported via hotel vehicle to one of our favorite extremely exquisite 5-star hotels, ShangriLa, The Fort, located in Bonifacio Global City, aka BGC. Upon arrival, we were greeted at our automobile and escorted directly to our hotel room, where the check-in process occurred. This hotel also offers an extremely scrumptious buffet. At Enchanted Kingdom in Santa Rosa, we spent the entire day experiencing the world-class, exhilarating, and extreme thrill rides. Enchanted Kingdom is comparable to Knott's Berry Farm in California. We enjoyed gallivanting around BGC, where we marveled at the modern architecture, shopped, enjoyed our Starbucks drinks, and of course patronized my all-time favorite Chinese restaurant, Din Tai Fung. Of course, I also enjoyed spending time with my cousin Chris and his friends at the Island PH nightclub in BGC. Philippines, please open your borders to foreigners like us again, so we can travel to the native land of my father and the grandparents.